The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Here with us today is one such game changer who rightly knew how he could make a difference and do his bit for the society. Mr. Sudeep Nadukkandy is the co-founder of WaterScience, a pioneer in the non-drinking water filtration category. I welcome you to today's conversation, sir.
Thank you so much, Madhura, and for the kind words.
At the outset, would you give us a brief introduction into the company and the inspiration for starting it?
Sure. So I'll start with the inspiration. It was back in 2012, and it's partly from my personal struggles with water where it all started. I was living in Sarjapur Road at the time, and the water quality was very bad. And I was looking for shower filters, but couldn't find any product in the market. And incidentally, my first boss, Iqbal, happened to be in the States at that time, and I found there were products available there. And he offered to bring a couple of models from there. And a shower filter that is supposed to last for a year in the States started getting clogged in 2 weeks in Bangalore, right? So that's when we saw that this is an opportunity. There is no product or brand available in India solving this specific problem, and we decided to make it here in India. So that's how it all started. WaterScience, like you said, we focus only on non-drinking water filtration products, and we focus mainly on shower and tap filters. But we also have other products now for kitchen and for the whole house as well.
So as you mentioned, it was a very new area that you were venturing into at the time of inception. So how challenging was it to create the general awareness amongst the public, because given the fact that non-drinking water is usually not given as much importance as it deserves?
Right. No, it's very true, and I think it's true for any new product or category. Awareness becomes very crucial, right? And back in 2014-15, when we were starting out, not a lot of people would connect bad water quality to hair and skin problems. So I would say we had to spend a lot of time, effort and money into purely bringing that awareness in. Quite a few dermatologists at that time that I'd spoken to would say this, right? But in general population, the awareness was very low, and so yeah, it was very challenging. But now I think there is a lot more awareness, although we continue to spend marketing money on creating that awareness. The other thing is that now even in smaller towns, people are finding problems with water quality affecting their hair and skin health. So yes, it's a lot better now than it was back in 2014 or 15.
Right. So we come across many stories of entrepreneurs having their friends and relatives as their backbones. Similarly, how was your journey? How was your story? Or did you face any hassles or hindrances when you actually shifted from a fixed monthly income to running a business that could actually be more risky and uncertain?
Right, no, it is. But I'd already worked for about 15 years when I started out. Right? So in that sense, I had a lot more confidence in me, and my experience with Printo, I continue to say it's an MBA that I got paid for, right? So my bosses were kind enough to trust me with a lot of opportunities across different functions in product management, customer service, sales, marketing, training. So I think I was confident when I was starting out, and water as a category was growing at 20-25% year on year. So I knew it would, and water quality was only getting progressively worse. Right. So I knew the opportunity was there, and I was confident enough of being able to solve some of those challenges. That said, you always miscalculate because your confidence sometimes border on arrogance, and you think you can do it faster than you can. So yes, I did go broke a few times, but there were always friends who helped out. So there were times when my friends would transfer money to my account without even asking. So I was incredibly lucky, and I think I've had it easier than a lot others.
So coming to the technicalities, what role does technology play in your business, and how do you keep yourself abreast with the technological advancements?
Right. So I come from a bit of a technical background myself. So technology is something that I'm always curious and passionate about. So for our business, there are two bits, right? One is technologies in water filtration. The other bit is the technologies that you leverage to run your business. For the first bit, we have a 1,000 square foot lab here. We have 2 people, working in the R&D team. We also have external consultants in universities and from the industry who help us out in solving some of the challenges and keeping us updated about the latest technologies. In terms of leveraging technology, I think we were starting out right when e-commerce was as a space heating up in India. That was a time when Flipkarts and Amazons were just starting out. And normally for a consumer brand, the only option is to go into retail distribution. But we went online first, and we continue to be an online first brand. That said, now we have about 350 retail outlets selling our products, but we still rely heavily on e-commerce to do our business. So if there's been a game changer in the way we run our business, I think it is the timing 2014-15 when e-commerce was just starting out, and we were there to leverage it.
Right. So what would you describe as the USP of WaterScience that makes you stand out amongst all the competitors?
Right. So WaterScience, I think, remains the only brand in non-drinking water filtration as of now. All other brands are going after solving drinking water quality problems, and that itself remains is a huge category and growing at 20-25% year on year. So non-drinking water filtration products largely remains untapped. So and we have upwards of 70% market share online, and there is no other brand offline selling shower and tap filters, for example. Right. The second bit is we focus on region-specific solutions. We don't come up with a product and say this is going to work across India. Okay. We try and solve problems that are specific to regions. And to that end, we have customized cartridges, for example, for solving water quality problems in Noida, Faridabad, etc., where the water quality is really bad. Okay. Right. So it's not a one-size-fit-all approach that we have. We try and come up with solutions that are specific to specific challenges.
Right. So, given the situation that we are all facing right now, how has the pandemic affected your business?
Right. It was really scary back in May when we had reopened. In fact, I was talking to factories nearby and seeing if we can be selling masks because nothing else seems to be selling, right? But that turned very quickly for us, thankfully. There was a lot of pent-up demand. A lot of people were, actually everyone was stuck at home, and there was no other opportunities to spend money. You can't go out or anything, and you start noticing problems with your home appliances and things in general, right? So I think water quality, especially because it was the summers, people would have noticed problems with water quality a lot more than they would have otherwise.
Right.
And that sort of resulted in a spike for us because of the pent-up demand.
Correct.
And we had a fairly decent June. I think we reached about 50% of our, actually around 40-50% of our pre-corona numbers by June. And as we speak, we are almost close to pre-corona numbers. So we were lucky in that sense. We also had to take a lot of drastic measures to cut costs and try and optimize our operations. So it was scary, but now I think we are in a fairly comfortable position.
So, what are your future goals for WaterScience?
Right. So, there are obviously growth, and there are a couple of different ways we can achieve it. One is online itself. We remain an online-first company, so there are a lot more opportunities online that we want to explore. We want to explore new markets and regions. So we will be entering a few export markets. Okay. We are actually right now present in the US, in the UK and UAE, and we will be exploring a few other countries as well. We also want to be introducing few more products, in categories like kitchen and whole house filtration. So and also expand our offline presence. Okay. Because in India, I think brands are still built offline, so you need to be visible. So offline is also a big area of focus for us.
So, as an entrepreneur, what would be the most memorable experience that you would like to share with us?
There's been way too many, to be honest, and I think it may not be fair to pick one over the other. I think the first order that we got, the first employee who accepted an offer and decided to join a small startup in an old shed. The first investor who gave us a check. These are all very, very memorable, very special moments for me personally. So I wouldn't choose one over the other. All of these are very, very special to me.
Right. Finally, could you give a piece of advice to the budding entrepreneurs in the market?
Right. So, like I said, I'm still learning myself every day. We face new challenges, right? But if it's just one thing, I would say done is better than perfect in a lot of cases. And you shouldn't wait for getting the perfect product out, because timing can be very crucial, right? And customers will tell you what they need changed. So you should just launch and wait for customers to tell you. So that's what I would add.
Well, you've clearly set a perfect example, right from identifying the gap in the market to swooping in at the right time, to identifying what the customers actually require and producing the right products. So that's really an inspiring journey, sir.
Well, thank you, but see, it's the final output that the world sees from outside, right? But there are a lot of mistakes that happen before you get things right. So I would say we are built on a bunch of mistakes that we managed to solve.
Yeah, mistakes truly, they serve as stepping stones.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for spending some time and giving us an insight into your journey, sir.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.